So this is something called the Pythagoras cup, and the legend is that in ancient Greece they would use this cup to determine if someone was taking too much wine, because if you poured it over a certain level, it will all run out the bottom. So we have over here is we have a straw that's bent over, and this part of the straw doesn't quite reach the bottom. So we're going to pour in some water, and we're going to see when the water starts pouring out the bottom. So now we get up to the bottom of the straw, and note there's nothing coming out the bottom of the straw over there. So we're going to keep pouring and keep pouring, and we're getting pretty close to the bend in the straw. Still not coming out. Oops. Gonna need a little more water over here.
Hey.
And we're just up to the bend in the straw now. And we are over the bend in the straw. And there it goes. Now watch. Now that the water's coming, you can see that even though the water is at a level where it wasn't coming out the straw before, it keeps on going.
What's the bend for?
Well, you have to bend the straw or it won't come out the bottom. It won't go down to the bottom. Now look, now the water stopped coming. So the very important principle is the water does not start to come out the straw until the level is over the bend in the straw. But once it starts going, it will keep going until it gets down to the opening of the straw in the cup, which seems to be kind of a paradox. Why does it take all the way up here to start, but then it doesn't stop until it gets all the way down here? Well, yes, Ian?
Because when it goes all the way on the end, so when it's over there, it can't move because the whole.
Now we're going to try pouring the water in again. And the water's not coming. But now, look, I didn't even get over the top that time. So I think the reason that you have to get all the way to the top of the straw and past the top of the straw the first time is because of the air that's in the straw. So you have to get past the air. And it's all about how much pressure there is at the bottom of the straw and how much pressure there is from the air pushing down the water in the cup at the top. Now at the beginning, the air is pushing down the water, but it's not enough to get it over the curve in the straw because the air in the straw pushes back against the water with the same amount of pressure that the air from above is pushing until the water gets over the straw. Once the straw is full of water, you no longer have that column of air in there pushing back against the straw. So once the straw is full of water, then you only have to get to the level of the opening of the straw for the water to start coming out. The principle here, the physics principle, it's called the principle of the siphon, which is if you want to get one water or liquid from one container to another, you need to use gravity, so you need to put the second container under the first one, but you also need to fill the tube with water. So one of the things that you can do if it's a straw or a tube is you can suck on the tube so that you get all the air out, and then the water or the liquid will be able to go from the higher container to the lower one. But if you have the air inside, then that's the only way that you can do it is if you have one container completely below the other container. Otherwise, you need to be able to get all the air out so the air won't push back against the water.
Okay.
Okay?